Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome fellow vegans. Welcome Vegan Cures people. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to you exactly for me, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is when we get together and discuss all things vegan. So if you want to talk about vegan stuff, you come to the right place. If you're vegan, you've come to the right place. If you're vegan curious, but not vegan yourself, you might want to just hang out and learn, listen, and you can get a lot of knowledge here from all the combined wisdom of all the fellow vegan people that join this live stream every Friday night. So what we do, in case you're not aware, we get together and we talk about, like I said, any and all things vegan. And one thing I like to do is defend veganism from all past, present, and future debunking. So any debunking of veganism, if someone's going to debunk it, we're going to defend it because veganism is not to be debunked. Is Dr. Bear here? I saw Dr. Bear in the comments earlier, so it's great to see her. And VLAM's here. Awesome, V. Hang out as long as you can. You saw Dr. Bear in the comments. Yeah, so hopefully she can come back, but she's well alive there. Fu Man Poo, so what's the verdict? Are you going to or not going to get the Marshall half stack? I don't care if it's 50 or 100 watts. There's really not that much volume difference between a 50 watt and a 100 watt amp head. Everything else being the same, the speakers and the cabinet and all that stuff. It just has a little more headroom, but they're both loud AF. So let me know which one you are getting. Cool, you're wearing the tie-dye shirt, Twig. Let me actually turn the AC on. It's kind of warm in here now. They have the door closed. Let's see. Let's see if this helps. First time I really ran the AC. It's kind of a warm little day here. So anyway, okay, I forgot. It was gymnastics class on Friday nights. That's it, Sarah. I didn't remember. Thanks for pointing that out to me. I'm starting to feel some cool air. Awesome. Cool, you wore the tie-dye shirt to work. Awesome. I haven't worn that in a while because it's just kind of warm lately. I should wear that more in the winter time, but winter is coming, guys. Spring, guys. So welcome to the first or second day of spring, depending where you live at. A fancy AC system. It's not that fancy, Uncle. I had to spend a lot of money last year to keep it working. It's on the end of its life cycle, basically, but I figured I should hopefully get a few more years of life out of this thing before we have to call it quits. Hopefully many more years of life, because it's a good system. I did a lot of research on it back when we got it like over a decade ago. Wow, a foot of snow at the house, multiple feet on your mountain. Wow. Yeah, we did have some rocking storms. Not this week, but the week before here on the West Coast. Vegan vinyl stickers for your water bottle. No, I'm sorry. I don't have any recommendations for you there. Let's see. Getting the temperature right. It's the first time I really turned the AC on all year, in this room at least. Aloha, AJ Vintage. Welcome. Good to see ya. Let's see, it was last Sunday he got pounded right on. Yeah, pounded. We're talking about rain, nothing naughty, guys. Let's see, Fu Man Poo. Okay, here's what you're thinking about. Thinking of a Laney 60 watt head to go with your 412 cab. Much cheaper and won't cause your... What are you talking about? A 60 watt head with the 412 cab, I tell you, pretty much as loud as a 100 watt amp head. There's really not much difference. They're both loud AF. The 100 watt one will just have a little more clean headroom, meaning you could crank it up that much louder without it breaking up as much as a lower wattage one. That's really the difference. I mean, I'm telling you, Fu Man Poo, even a 5 watt tube amp, it could be really loud because, not to get too nerdy here, but like most speakers are roughly they're pretty efficient, like say 95 decibels per watt you put into it. So all you need is a 1 watt amp to get you to 96 decibels, and that's loud as F. You can't play at 96 decibels in your house. You'll get kicked out. So I'm telling you, even a 1 watt amp could, in the right circumstances, get you in trouble with your neighbors. A 60 watt amp, super loud, yeah. So just letting you know, Fu, you're not like... helping the loudness situation at all with a 60-watt amplifier. Not a bit. You're just losing clean headroom. And for the places you play food, you'll never be able to crank it up to get that clean headroom on 100-watt amp. So 60-watt is for you going to be as loud as 100 watts. So anyway, if you really want one, it's a midlife crisis thing, go for it. Much better than getting some crazy sports car or something like that. Or if it's been a lifelong dream or something like that. I get it. I showed you some amps. I sent them some links. And did you see it in the comments, Fu? You were commenting about your amp in one of the videos. So I sent you some links to some amps that I would really like, and another one I have right now. The one I really like, they're from a Northern California company called Fat Jimmy Amplifiers. They're really cool. Yeah, a lot of like Grateful Dead community people play them. Like Bob Weir had a rig made by them. Anyway, yeah, check them out. I want to get their the Jimmy Jr., which I think is like maybe about 15 watts. Plenty loud for anything I'll ever do for the rest of my life. Anyway, check it out. So anyway, let's see what is going. Hey, Uncle. If I don't said hi to Uncle yet, but hello, Uncle. Thanks for being our moderator. I remember on yesterday, Peter said he might go out and Peter might do some protesting or something tonight. So you might be the sole moderator. So get ready, Uncle, in case shit starts hitting the fan. And thank you, Kaleidoscope Mind, for just subscribing a few seconds ago. So if you're here right now, Kaleidoscope Mind, and you're not too shy, I know a lot of us here are introverts, say hello if you want. And if you don't want to, totally cool. And maybe Kaleidoscope Mind just subscribed randomly, not part of this live stream. They could have been watching one of our 1,000, 2,000 videos and subscribed. Who knows? Meyer sound systems are big with dead folks too. What's a Meyer sound system? I'm gonna look that up right now. I've not heard of Meyer's. Is it like a audio, like home listening? Is that what they called? Meyer sound. Oh, okay. I see. Founded in 1979. Yeah, like home theater, home stereo kind of stuff. Cool. Oops, I lost my page here. Okay, I am back. So anyway, it's a Berkeley company, yeah, and Fat Jimmy Amplifiers is a Petaluma company, and there's also like a world-class boutique guitar amp company not too far from there in the tiny town of Two Rock, and the name of the amp company is Two Rock or Two Rock Amplifiers or something like that. So yeah, a lot of cool gear being made in the Bay Area and thereabouts of California. California kicks ass. I like California. What can I say? I was thinking about that video. Angie and I were joking. I forgot what we were doing. We were just joking around. Oh, California, soy latte. California, I'm from California, soy latte. We're just joking around. Like, what kind of idiot, state shames a person? That's just so stupid. It's like, I don't know where VD's from, but I wouldn't shame her from what state she's from. I'm sure I probably wouldn't like her state, but I'm not going to hold that against her. I'll shame her for saying stupid crap or making hateful videos, but I wouldn't shame someone for the state they're from. Anyway, yeah, I'm from California, guys. I drink soy lattes. No, I don't drink a freaking soy latte. Get it right. It's an oat latte, oat milk latte. Get it right if you're gonna bag on my lattes. Thank you, AJ, for the weekly cult dues. Much appreciated, AJ. Thank you so much for being by far and away our top angel supporter. You're really making a huge difference. And our bottom line here, keeping happy, healthy, vegan going. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, AJ. Please debunk mucoid plaque. Well, I showed on my past videos about mucoid plaque that the scientific consensus is there's no scientific evidence for mucoid plaque. There's some crap that people take pictures of, but that's not what they think it is. If it really was, the scientific consensus would be, oh yeah, that's mucoid plaque, that shit's real, but it's not. It's a pseudoscientific idea that wellness influencers and raw people and the like try to make other people fearful of for whatever reasons. In raw people's case, they want you to be afraid of cooked food because that's what puts all this mucoid plaque in your body. So you got to eat raw food and detox. So anyway, Let's see. I saw some comment from one of my friends on Facebook. Yeah, I still use Facebook, and I use it specifically. I told you to follow friends that I like, not friends that I dislike, but friends that I like, and groups. And he said something about Newsom that wasn't all that great. So something must have happened with Newsom today. Hey, Vegan Metalhead, thank you for our second and hopefully not last super chat tip of the evening. Facebook. Tip my hat to you and AJ. It says you sent me. Friendly. Okay, I see. Yeah, you got text-to-speech there. You sent me an article on Facebook. It's called "Why Indian Food is Vegan Friendly." Yeah, thanks for sending. Yeah, Indian food is awesome. You know, it's the thing you have to be careful about with Indian food is ghee. You know, they have a whole vegetarian culture there to their Hindu and Jainist belief systems there. Awesome. But they still have had a long practice of putting dairy, butter, ghee into their food. So that's what you got to be careful about when you go to Indian restaurants. Just make sure no butter, no ghee, and you should be cool as long as you order off the vegetarian menu. And some of them are really forward-thinking and have a vegan section too. Debunk the starch is glue in the intestines thing. I mean, here's the whole point. If starch is glue in the intestines, where are the effing studies that these raw people can show us that, yeah, starch is glue? Here it is. It says right here, starch is glue. If you eat starches, you're going to develop diseases. Your lifespan will be shortened. And the way to not succumb to this horrible fate of starch turning to glue in your insides is to eat raw fruit. There's no such studies. I'm going, they can say anything they want. They can say as many radical, crazy, preposterous, unscientifically unsound things as they want. The thing is, show us the science. Why should I believe some shirtless, raw fruitarian guy in the jungle who doesn't know jack shit about research, you know, not a researcher, and just making crap up? And just show us the science. If you have science that shows that potatoes are addicting and turn to starch in your intestines or whatever the hell it is, show it to us. Yeah, mucoid plaque. Show us the science that says, yeah, mucoid plaque is real, it's dangerous, and you got to detox with raw food or juice or whatever to get rid of the mucoid plaque, because that's why people die. When you go to the graveyards, guys, go to a graveyard this weekend, all right, and look all around. Pretty much all the people there died because they had too much mucoid plaque in their bodies, or they ate too many potatoes, which turned to glue, and they died. It's preposterous. You know, it just doesn't work that way. They're just making crap up. Why do raw foodists say and believe these things? They just keep repeating the same stuff, Haunted. Seriously, I know. I was kind of following the raw scene for a little bit when I started our YouTube channel. I went to the Woodstock Fruit Festival back in 2013. So I've seen how these things happen. People just say stuff, and it sounds kind of truthy. It sounds kind of, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. You know, if you eat cooked food, all these bad things will happen. It destroys the nutrients, and there's nothing left. You're gonna get sick. You know, it's like gluten. It's addicting. Like, what? Show us the science about any of this. They like to believe that their diet makes them special. They really do. Not every raw foodist, but I would say like 90+% of raw foodists I've encountered think they're special, like they're God's chosen ones. Seriously, it's often that kind of grand delusional thing. They're special people. Their diet has all these special advantages, miracles that science doesn't understand, and they're part of the chosen people going to like raw heaven because they're so spiritual from drinking nothing but juice for 40 days or some nonsense like that. So anyway, that's kind of the deal. Maybe I'm being a little hyperbolic in my description there, but that's kind of the gist, more or less. Nikki, how do you explain to a friend that mollusks are sentient and feel pain? Why are you having this debate with someone? Are they vegan or not? I mean, if they're not vegan, Nikki, I mean, it's cool to have these discussions. Don't get me wrong, Nikki. But if they're not vegan, they're just gonna eat whatever the effing hell they want, right? Because they don't care. Angie and I just trip out, like when we like go to like just out in public. We walk around our Disneyland dates. Just your average person will put any effing thing in their mouth. They don't care. They don't think about it. They go on a vacation overseas. Oh, people in this country eat spiders? I'll eat spiders. Oh, I go here and they're eating the brains of cows. I'll eat brains of cows. They'll just put anything in their mouth without thinking about it. So I don't think your friend really gives a shit about anything if they're not vegan. They'll just probably put anything in their mouth. And it's just a pointless discussion. If you're vegan, just say, why eat something that has possible sentience? It's not like if you're speaking to a vegan, there's no like essential nutrient found only in mollusks probiotics or something like that, and that you need to have, or else as a vegan you will be deficient or something like that. There's no nutritional need to eat mollusks, and they seem a bit more sentient than, say, kale, right, or beans. They seem a little bit more aware than any plant I've ever seen. And furthermore, they're gross. They're usually just absorbing pollutants from the water. They're filtering pollutants. Why would you need a pollution filtering machine? Doesn't that sound gross? To eat a pollution filtering machine? Just let the bivalves live in the waters and purify the oceans and wherever else they might live and make our water cleaner, instead of unnecessarily eating a creature that might be sentient for no reason. It's like, again, you're not going to die if you're not eating mollusks or something. So anyway, I hope I answered that question there. Hello, people who are joining us late. What's that, VLAM? It's silly to think cooked foods are toxic, but it seems raw veg has greater healing power, especially regarding autoimmune conditions. I don't know. I've not seen any signs about that. If you know anything about that, let me see. I suspect eating a whole food plant-based diet would match any kind of healing from anything that a purely raw vegan diet would be able to produce. Like how we eat in the whole Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. I can't see how a raw diet would be better at reversing or helping anything. Whole food plants. I mean, I walked that back a little bit. I know if people have like food allergies and stuff like that, elimination diets have success with people. That's why carnivore works. Oh, I was eating food before and I was allergic and had all these things. I just ate meat and it all went away. Yeah, because you got down to one thing and you removed all potential food allergies. So if you're just like eating bananas or oranges forever or a month, yeah, you're mono dieting. So yeah, mono dieting can, if help with food allergies. I don't know if it's a long-term solution, but it might help you figure out what was causing those symptoms. Hey, I'm not a dietitian or nutritionist. I'm just, an observer of this stuff, having had this channel since 2013. Cricket pasta? What the hell? Is that something in a country? High protein crickets, of course. Yeah, totally, Sarah, aka a late model. For those confused about nutrients on a plant-centric diet, consult a vegan nutritionist or dietitian, for sure. It is real. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I just wanted confirmation if that's what you're referring to, something out of your memory as being a real thing. Yeah, V, I'm totally cool. I'm for your average person. Even your average vegan ate a little bit more raw foods. Yeah, it's cool. It's nothing. And we got some strawberries at the market yesterday. Sliced them up, put them into some Raisin Bran cereal last night. So it's got this combo of the grains, the raisins, and some fresh raw fruit. It was delicious. I got back from the gym today. You guys know what I do. I don't even have to tell you. Come back and blended up a banana smoothie. My blender is gone. It's dead. I've had it for too long. It was an Oster blender. I got my money's worth. I probably had it for about a decade or a little less. It ran its course. It was just not working well anymore. I had to use Angie's Vitamix today one time because after I made my smoothie, Amazon brought me my new blender, a cheap like $35 blender from Amazon. I don't need an amazing world-class blender. All I need to do is grind some bananas like 3-4 times a week or something like that. And banana grinding, pretty easy. It's not like hardcore. It's super soft. So anyway, I opted for a cheap a cheap blender. Hopefully it'll last me another 5-8 years, get my money's worth. Oh, why don't I use the Vitamix all the time? I'll tell you why. If any of you guys are like me and regularly have fruit smoothies, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, it gets things dirty, especially if you put in like frozen fruit like I do. I get like a bag of frozen fruits like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, all sorts of different kinds of berries. It leaves a weird gunk in there and residue. It's hard to clean up. It makes your blender after time stink unless you're hardcore like anal retentive, cleaning it really thoroughly like every single time. And I guess I'm not that anal retentive. So out of courtesy to Angie, I don't foul up her nice Vitamix. We use that for Vitamix things, and for me making daily stinky smoothies little cheap blenders are fine. But yeah, I adore our Vitamix. I used it today, but we adore it so much. Yeah, we don't know. Like, just make it all gross and dirty. You guys that drink smoothies regularly, you might know what I'm talking about too. I need to get a new smoothie cup. You know what I pour the smoothie into and drink out of after blending it? I need a new cup like every 6 to 8 months. It gets gross. Even though I wash it all the time, it just gets coated with fruit craps. Again, that's why I don't want to destroy her Vitamix. I just wanted to leave it. No, we use it late model, but no, we want it to be nice. We don't let me just get a cheap $35 blender on Amazon that I just mess up for my smoothies, use for my smoothies, and let it get dirty over time and break down. And yeah, she can use the Vitamix for like fine cooking. I totally respect that, because I don't know, I'm not sure if you know what it's like, Sarah, to like be making smoothies like I do. It's gross, and I've seen other fruitarians. It's not just me. I'm not a fruitarian. I've seen, when I was hanging out fruitarians, their kitchens are gross. It's not only their blender, their Vitamixes that are gross, their counters are gross. Just the fruit crap gets everywhere. It's really dirty and nasty and messy. It's not just like that, late model. I'm just telling you, I don't think you've hung it out possibly with enough dirty smoothie people. You make smoothies every day. Well, either you're way more clean than I am at it, you have a different technique, or I'm not sure. But good for you, Sarah. But still, the way I make smoothies, it causes a lot of havoc in the kitchen. Anyway, you still have your parents' Osterizer. That's what I had. I think it was an Oster brand, about 60 years old, and works awesome strong. Yeah, they don't make them like they used to. Yeah, mine wasn't vintage. We got it probably, tell you, a decade or so ago. You're a clean smoothie girl. Good for you guys that can make clean smoothies and clean up for yourselves. But even today, I thought, I told Angie I would make sure, when I made my smoothie in the Vitamix, it wouldn't get all gross. The Vitamix wouldn't get all gross. So as soon as I poured my smoothie into the cup, I rinsed her, this Vitamix thing out really good in the sink. I thought I got it all. I thought I did my job, and then I come back like an hour later. I see she has it soaking with water and soap in there, and she says, "You got to get in there with a brush and get it." I go, "Really? I thought I sprayed it all off just from the sink." I'm like, no, it wasn't good enough. So imagine that a little bit of accumulation I did today, and did that like over and over again, weeks on end, months and years on end. The Vitamix would be gross. Well, you must have better cleaning technique than I do, Sarah. So I tip my hat to you if that's how it's working out for you. Yes, I add ground flaxseed. Yeah, my ingredients are a different amount of bananas depending on banana size and how hungry I am, depending on if I went to the gym, how hard I worked. Anyway, yeah, bananas, like today, maybe 6 bananas, ground flaxseed. I'm not sure. I just sprinkle some in from the jar. I get a bag and I pour it into a jar and I sprinkle it in when I make the smoothies. And frozen fruit mix and water. That's it. Those 4 simple ingredients. You're flabbergasted still, Sarah? No, you don't have to. Don't be flabbergasted. Seriously, I wish I didn't throw it away. My blender, I already threw the glass, the pouring part away, because it actually chipped on top. That was the final straw that made me, I got to get a new blender. But I still have the machine, the blending motor part. It's all coated with crap. It looks gross, It needed to go, seriously. But I wish I had kept the glass pourer part. It is gross. It's all stained. It doesn't come out. I can scrub all day. It's not coming out. So yeah, I didn't want that fate to befall Angie's Vitamix. So out of respect, yeah, just get a cheap blender. It's all good. No, it's not weird. I'll go. I can go grab the machine part. I'll show you how gross it is. It's totally gross. It's completely gross. The self-cleaning function on the Vitamix, I don't know if ours has that. I remember reading in the manual to pour it up like halfway with soap. Water, put a little soap in and just let it go high speed for like 5-10 seconds. Angie has told me for my smoothies, that's not sufficient. You can do that after you scrub, with the brush, and then run it on the machine. But anyway, hey, Graven's here. Awesome. Her Vitamix is awesome. It's our Vitamix, but I just try not to, use it as little as possible for my dirty smoothie purposes. Let's see, here's Bill's tips. After blending, you put hot water and a bit of dish soap in the blender, and then blend with soap and water. Yeah, that's what the manual says for Vitamix. I don't do that with mine. I usually just rinse it off really good in the sink with water, and then maybe I'll get the brush, and hopefully that'll get it done. But I'm telling you, after a year or two of that, at least my technique, it doesn't hold up all that well. Okay, run it, then scrub with the sponge. See, I don't scrub with a sponge, Sarah, so you have better cleaning methods in place than I do. See, I do all this stuff. I just rinse it, basically. I don't get all hardcore. I rinse it, maybe get the brush once in a while, but I just rinse it out. Plastic smoothie jars get nasty AF. Glass is the way to go. I wasn't sure. All mine have been glass before. This time I opted for the plastic thing, the clear part, just because my last one was glass and it chipped on the top and had like a knife-like, glass broken part sticking out that could kill you or something. So I'll just try plastic this time and see how it goes. I don't know. I can tell you it's pretty cheap. Well, it's we'll see how it all goes. So anyway, that's my new thing. I just hooked it up. It came just like an hour ago. I put it together. I haven't blended anything yet, but it's sitting there in the kitchen all nice and beautiful and clean. So we will see. Hopefully I'll make a smoothie soon. My fantasy was it would get delivered. It was actually supposed to come on Tuesday, and then I got a notification from Amazon saying, oh, your package is running late. And then I got another notification the next day, it's running late. If you would like a refund, you could get a refund. If you're like, what the hell did you guys do to my package? It got delivered to like it's not from an Amazon truck. It got delivered to a United States Postal Service center and just got lost there. It still hasn't arrived. So yesterday I said, F it. I said, okay, send me another one. So it came today, just like that. So anyway, I didn't get to use it today. My fantasy was I'd go to the gym, come back, and it'd be here, but it just got here like an hour ago. Yeah, it's a virgin blender sometimes. Haunted. Aren't carnivores watching this think this is gross and eat a pig's head? Like, what's gross about making a smoothie, What is gross? Seriously, what's gross? I mean, I tell you, when I get back from the gym, there is nothing more I want to have than my fruit smoothie that I described to you. I don't want oatmeal. I don't want just egg, or I don't want a tofu scramble. There's nothing more than I want than a smoothie. That's all I want. I always have to make sure I have bananas ready for, coming back from the gym. Allison, wow, your grandma's old Vitamix is a beast. You got to use it. Yeah, I'm like AJ. I'm not like the greatest maintenance person. I don't do all that stuff to clean things like that. I wish I was a better person in that regard. So for a lazy person like myself who does some cleaning, but not like the different levels and degrees that some of you guys do, which I tip my hat again if I had a hat. It's awesome. For a lazy person like me, I think I got the right blender. I hope. I haven't used it yet, but yeah, we've been using the 2-blender method for a while now, and it's working out great. Hey, Victor, you're having trouble getting people motivated to participate in your university's vegan activism group. Do you got a lot of vegans there? That's for starters. If you don't have any vegans, they might not want to participate. And not everyone's comfortable with activism. Some people are, like being out in the street, doing stuff. I prefer just to be at home making videos here. But I'm old. That's my excuse. Oh, the rubber thing gets moldy easily. Yeah, I remember scraping mold off those things. I don't think we have self-clean mode on ours, late model. Nothing beyond just like what Bill was describing earlier. Fill it up with some warm water, put a little soap in, and blend for a little bit. That's it. If there's anything beyond that, we don't have that. You're gonna make me a video and show me how fast it is? Totally, Sarah, but it's too late. I already got my blender, and I tell you, I'm not the greatest person at cleaning up on things. Angie knows this. She understands my strengths and weaknesses, and that's one of mine. And she's she's accepted it. She's accepted how I am. So I think we worked out a good system here. Yeah, that's what I do. This water, soap, and blend. That's what I did. But she told me before that I need to scrub with the brush too, because I think what really is the major culprit nowadays, Sarah, is the frozen fruit I put in. it leaves little residues, like little bits of the fruit break off and stick to the glass. They stick to the cup. They stick to the sink even, when I rinse the blender out. So, it's kind of gnarly. Y'all talking about, I'm not talking about an expensive blender, Graven. We have I tell you the Vitamix, which, it's pretty much used for like making real recipes, Angie stuff. I got a $30 or $35 blender off Amazon to replace my previous budget blender in that range too, which lasted about a decade. So let's say the old one was $30, and it lasted 10 years. What's that? Like $3 a year? Pretty affordable. And I'm telling you, you don't really need all that great of a blender to make smoothies, banana smoothies. Maybe other stuff, but my purposes, I need a pretty low-powered blender. I don't have, the need for the power of a Vitamix. That sucks, Heidi. Whole Foods isn't carrying your plant-based taco meat anymore? That sucks. I just saw something weird here. Okay, no, I didn't see something weird. Yeah, P-Dude, if you want to eat your fruit straight up, I'll eat fruit straight up too. But yeah, when I get back from the gym, I don't want to eat fruit straight up. I want to have this great blend of bananas and frozen berries, and some ground flaxseed. That makes me happy. Yeah, Nikki, cheap Vitamix knockoff can get it done too, for sure. Yeah, you don't have to have an expensive blender. Again, I want to reiterate, especially if you're making primarily smoothies, you don't need the power of a Vitamix. It's useful and cool. There's nothing wrong with it, but to smoothie up bananas, you don't really need it all that like a much of a luxury device. You need horsepower. What are you doing with yours, Sarah? What are you blending up that needs that? Sure, if I needed more horsepower, yeah, I'd do something different. But for me, yeah, low horsepower, totally cool. Blenders in cars, it's gotta move, huh? That's what I like about my hybrid plug-in electric car. It's a Prius hybrid, but when it's in electric mode, the sucker hauls. The electric engine's fast. That's what they say about electric cars, and mine is no exception. Yeah, when I'm in full internal combustion engine mode, yeah, it's slow. It takes a while to get up to speed. But when I'm in electric mode, no problem. Pull out a busy highway, accelerate out of a red light faster than the guys next to me or gals, whatever. I like that. I like having that little extra bump when I need it. And Food likes his loud, high power amps. Let's see, they go fast because they're so light. It has something to do with the drivetrain engine, though, because I noticed when I have a little switch on mine where I can manually switch between, assuming I have it charged up enough, all electric or internal combustion engine. And you feel it when you hit the button to go back into internal combustion engine mode. You just feel the power just kind of just back off, like, oh, yeah. Even if you're going like 70 miles an hour on the freeway or whatever, you just feel like, oh, I got to push down more on the accelerator. The engine's really got to work. And assuming the engine's warmed up and everything too. But anyway, yeah, there might be other reasons too. But yeah, mine isn't necessarily lighter because it has two engines. It has an electric engine drivetrain, and it has a lower powered internal combustion engine drivetrain too. But yeah, I tell you, it's a great car for right now because all electric is kind of tough, There's not the infrastructure, and Trump seems to be crushing whatever infrastructure plans that were going to happen on the federal level. So, yeah, it's kind of funny how Tesla now seems to have to appeal to more red states. And correct me if I'm wrong, there's probably not a lot of charging infrastructure, like say in like Alabama, Mississippi. I can see it in maybe like certain parts of like Texas and Florida and stuff like that. But yeah, it's tough out here. I can imagine it's tougher in red states who haven't had you can't say my car. You only can find it in a few states. It's not sold in every state in the country. I don't even think Hawaii has them. I think it was like California, pretty much the West Coast, I think. Yeah, AJ, I read that pretty much all Cybertrucks ever made are getting a recall because some exterior part, I think it's the part between the roof and the window, they fly off at an unacceptable rate. Yeah, you're right, Graven. Now's a really not a good time to be driving a Tesla. And I think the heavens now, like when I got my my Prius Prime back in, I forgot, 2017, 2018, I can't remember. I was eyeing the Model 3 Tesla. They were promising there was going to be like this $36,000 model, which really never came out, or it never came out all that long. So I just got what I got instead, and I'm loving it. It's great because, if I need to go on a road trip, I don't have to worry. I don't have to have like range anxiety. Just put freaking gas in like a normal ICE car, internal combustion engine. And like today, go to the gym, all electric. Went to Disneyland the other day. I was able to charge at the parking lot at the mall there, all electric. I mean, went shopping, went to the grocery store yesterday, and little hike in the park after that, all electric. It just suits my needs really well. But most trips, as they say, if you've seen that stat, like most trips in a car are like under like 5 or 10 miles or something like that, so it works out really well. And when I need to go visit my mom, a little bit out of range, unless she had a charger there. I wish I can get a charger put in her garage. I'll think about that if I want to make that investment. I could probably do that all electric then. Man, they're doing Tesla protests all around. I see on Reddit, Long Beach, there's going to be a protest, a peaceful protest this weekend at the dealership not too far from here, Signal Hill. That's where all the car dealers are. Yeah, try going across country on electricity alone. Or for me, like right when I got my Prius Prime, I took a road trip to Northern California, to the Bay Area, to Silicon Valley, basically. That's where our mastering engineer was living, Palo Alto. Or is it Mountain View? I always get the two mixed up. But anyway, no problem. Just bought gas on the trip. It was totally cool, But that's cool. I mean, I'm glad people... Priuses used to get the wrath of a lot of people in the past before Tesla got popular. People would just pick on Prius cars and Prius drivers, just talk all that shit and try to cut us off and be dicks and a-holes. It's pretty chill being a Prius driver, I must say. Sounds like Teslas have taken, like, even before Elon started doing all this Doge stuff, people were, have been more, eyeing Teslas as their, thing they're protesting or being against or whatever. Anyway, so I'm glad people aren't effing with me, because we don't need any more people effing with me. They can still bag on it, late model, but here's the thing. Anyone could talk shit on my car all they want, but money talks and bullshit walks. I tell you, I hardly ever buy gasoline. So if anyone with a car that gets like 12 miles of the gallon wants to bag on me, hey, I just want you to know you're giving all this money to the oil corporations, domestic and foreign, and you're spending all this money that I'm not. I'm keeping the money. I'm saving the money, making my life better because I buy gas. I literally like once every 2 or 3 months. And then I told you guys, I only put in like 3.5, 4 gallons if I'm feeling crazy. That's it. That's how long I can make this gas last, So, people can laugh all they want. As I say, I'm laughing all the way to the bank because I don't spend that much money on gas. And I don't spend that much money on insurance. Typically, Prius drivers don't race, you know what I'm saying? They don't drive super fast and crazy or anything like that. And it's a big brand. It's easy to get parts for it. I heard Teslas, even before all this whole Doge protest thing, Teslas are really expensive to insure. And I didn't know that at the time because parts are kind of weird. They're special for Teslas. And so they're more expensive to replace. And Teslas, since they're so fast, you have all these people that aren't that great at driving, let's say, but have all this power and don't know how to handle a car that's going so fast because it accelerates so quickly. So I saw an article today that Tesla leads all car brands in fatal accidents. Again, I'm not trying to be political. I just remember what I read today on Reddit. I'm just saying it's really expensive to insure those. So I'm laughing when I pay my relatively cheap insurance and pay almost nothing for gas. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that these are decisions I made a long time ago. I didn't know about the insurance, but I knew about the gas. I knew when I got my current car, I wanted to part with as little of my money and give it to the oil corporations. Yeah, hybrid Fiat. I like those. What are those? They're cool. Those. I forgot the name of those Fiats, but I see them around here too. That they're electric. Some are hybrid. Those are really cool cars. Those little tiny European-looking cars. Myra had a white car named Tofu. Awesome. But does my EV do freedom? Yeah, I feel very free when I'm not like buying gasoline. And I told you, I charge it at night in my garage when the electric rates are cheapest. I have a plan called time of use, which means right now the electricity is kind of expensive. So I'm going to limit my air conditioner use right now. So yeah, basically my car charges either in the middle of the night or in the middle of the afternoon when the rates are cheap. After 4 is when they go up, 4 to 9 p.m. I just don't charge my car then. And I'm telling you, I really haven't noticed much of a hit on my electricity bill since getting this car. It's amazing, you know. Seriously, guys, if you're looking at a car in the future, you don't have to get mine. Just consider a plug-in hybrid. It's the best of both worlds. I could see it might not be good if you do lots of long trips and hardly any short ones. Maybe you would never use the electric engine. I don't know. But for my lifestyle, I have zero regrets. I just kind of wish I could have waited another year or two because mine doesn't have like any CarPlay or Android Auto. It's just the built-in Toyota thing that sucks, but they added those other ones later on. So, yeah, I could still hook my stuff into the stereo and navigate, but it just sucks having to use the screen on the phone rather than having it has a nice giant like iPad type screen in the car, and you can't use that. The Toyota navigation sucks. Their entertainment thing sucks. I don't know why they were trying to push that for so long. Anyway, yeah, it's not perfect, but they figured that out now. They have CarPlay and Android Auto. Uncle, what year do I suggest? Just get a new one, but mine's cool, you know. Yeah, mine's still working fine. It only has it has less than 40,000 miles, and I've had it all these years. It's working fine. I heard the new ones, they have some issues with the 12-volt battery dying sooner than it should. I've had to replace mine once. That's one thing you have to do with a plug-in hybrid. You have to be on top of your 12-volt battery. Just replace it. Say they last 4 years. Just be safe. Replace it every 3.5 years. I didn't realize that they die a little sooner. Basically, when you plug in your car to charge it, it's still drawing energy somehow. If you leave it in like a night or two, it just wears it out after a while. So I try to be really conscious of not leaving the charger plugged in more than it has to be. Oh no, the only way to upgrade the radio, JRH guy, is to actually remove this, go to Toyota, buy a proprietary screen from them, and that's how they do it. It's this big screen, so it's like the size of an iPad. They actually have to put in a new one from a brand new car to do it. And I'm going, screw that. I'm cool with what I got right now. I'm grateful I have it. It's totally cool. If that's the worst thing I can say about it, I don't have too many problems. So anyway, ocean waves, 10 to 12 bananas in a smoothie. No, I don't have that. I mean, in the past I used to, like in 2014. Now I hear you saying 6. Is that just due to drinking less volume now? I don't know. I just find I don't need that anymore. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest with you. Maybe because I'm putting other stuff in it now too, like the frozen fruit and stuff. But I find that maybe I was eating too much before as far as the smoothies go. I really find 5-6 bananas to totally get it done. Maybe 7 sometimes if I really played like a lot of basketball, like 3 hours or something like that. But yeah, 6 or 7 seems to get it done for me now. I'm not sure why. Only thing is I can guesstimate is, like I said, maybe I was just having too much smoothie back then. Maybe I thought, I'm being hardcore. I'm going to have 10 fucking bananas. I'm badass. I don't know. I'm not sure. VLAM, you walk 30 minutes to work. Now you're sweating. Hey, you're in the tropics, right? So that's probably something to do with it. Is it warm out in Hong Kong right now? I imagine so, because it's not technically winter anymore. I didn't see that, Heidi. The astronauts that were stuck in space all those months, I didn't see that. There were dolphins surrounding the astronauts upon return. I'm glad they came back. That sucks, to be stuck in space, not having planned to be there for quite as long as those people were. Fu Man Poo, why would aliens travel light years just for butthole pleasure? Is that are you talking about how they probe people in the butts and stuff? I know, I've wondered that too. If they're really coming here and probing our butts, they really like have a thing for a-holes. They really like buttholes. That's like the greatest thing in their society is touching butts or something. I don't know. Some kind of scientific experiments that just involve butts. That's all they do. I don't know. It's crazy, huh? I didn't see that footage, Heidi. If it comes across my eyeballs, like on Reddit or something, I'll check it out. Yeah, this is a crazy chat, huh? Let's see. Hang on. No one's coming here to debunk veganism. I'm going to change back just the title of this to Ask a Vegan Anything. Ask a vegan anything. I thought, I might get some people coming to debunk veganism, but how long I've been on? Let's see, 46 minutes. No one's come to debunk veganism. So anyway, I'm going back to the previous title, Ask a Vegan Anything. I can't troll. I'm a shit troller. Like, what's up? I can't get people to come to my live stream and debunk veganism anymore. The best I had was, remember that time, like maybe 3 weeks ago, we had all those mad fruitarians come here and try to talk their shit about how cooked food's addicted and all this crap. Anyway, hey, Travis. Oh, you didn't go out to protest because it was pouring. Oh, man. Yeah, it's hot here today. That's weird. West Coast is, kind of a similar weather pattern. But often it happens like the storms will come down from Canada, then kind of sweep down the West Coast, and maybe we get a little bit of that rain at the end here. Huh, that's interesting. Gyre H guy, you feel that veganism has gotten less flack since reactionaries started focusing on trans people? So they gave a shit about us. The reactionaries love to troll and talk shit on vegans, and now they're focused on trans people. Weird. How come they always have to pick on someone? How come people just can't be chill, I mean, I don't pick on people. I mean, I'll respond to like nonsense bullshit, like say all cooked food is evil and addicted, and starch turns to glue in your stomach. Yeah, I'll call them out for lying and spreading misinformation, but I don't like just have a thing like, hey, I'm against the fruitarians. It's a war. I got to bring them down. We got to end them because they're immoral or whatever. I know, I saw you say that earlier. Isaac Butterfield has a new video, says all vegans are idiots. Let me just say that all Isaac Butterfields are idiots. How you like that, Isaac? Using your logic on you. Is honking and pointing at your vegan bumper sticker good or bad? I don't think honking is good unless it's necessary. Like you need to warn someone they're going to hit you, or they're not turning at the left turn signal at the traffic light or something like that. Yeah, save honks for when they're like, when they need a honking. That's my opinion. I don't know, Peter. There's so many good videos to respond to. I know you sent me a couple, and Angie found me a good one too today. So I'm not sure who I'm going to respond to. I mean, it's kind of cool to have more than I need. So maybe in a few weeks, if it cools down, I'll have a few safety videos in the video bank, so to speak, to fall back on. Anyway, let's see. You almost got run off the road once to your vegan bumper stickers. Wow. See, it shows you how freaking evil and bigoted and hateful people are. That's why I said in my Joe Rogan video yesterday, I don't think most people understand. Someone laughed at me, tried to mock me, bigotry, really, or something like that. Yeah, you don't understand what bigotry is, because I've seen it. Like I said, I've been the victim of racial bigotry, and I've been the victim of vegan bigotry, and it's the exact same thing, the exact evil, hateful, and stereotyping intent from the bigoteur, the bigotee, whatever, it be the person being a bigot. I know what it's like. It's the same freaking thing. So I have that perspective to identify them as being one and the same kind of hate. I know, when I go to the market, I walk past the egg area so I can get my just egg sometimes. I always see the egg things empty, or if they have some that's like what you're saying, $15. People say vegan food is expensive. Like, really? $15 for a dozen eggs? Like, so glad we don't eat eggs. But yeah, Graven, back to that Isaac Butterfield. Who cares if some like lame ass bumpkin bogan comedian in Australia thinks? I don't care. Yeah, but maybe I'll check it out, Yeah, music blogger 87. Hey, music blogger, former bodybuilder, need to lose 40, 50 pounds. What's the best way for me to do this? Hey, we're not a weight loss channel. I'm not a dietitian or anything like that. So, ethical vegan. But I would suggest if you're a vegan or at least interested in veganism, eating a whole food plant-based diet, you know, with a minimal amount of processed foods, minimal amount of sugars, minimal amount of just you know, dense calories like from oils and stuff like that. That seems to be the best way to go. A lot of people just naturally lose weight if they eat a whole food plant-based diet, minimal oils. If you're interested, we have the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, which is exactly that, whole food plant-based. I don't think there's any processed food in here. It's like low or no oil, I forgot. It's like, you know, like his oil is, I'm not against oils per se, just if you're trying to lose weight, oil is more calorically dense, approximately twice the caloric density of the other two macronutrients, carbohydrates and protein. I'm not a dietitian or anything, but I know this stuff. So if you're interested, I can give you a link. That would be a great place to start eating whole food, low oil, food. Let me go and grab the link to that really quickly here. Wow, what am I seeing here? Oh, Myers Sound. That's what's changing in my background here. Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. And right now our book's on sale. That print book I just showed you has been on sale since Black Friday,
Thanks for the
like
tip.
2 years ago. We haven't changed the price. Oh, I just saw a super chat. I will get to that. Our book, I think it's $18 right now for the book, and we ship all across the world. So yeah, you can get it. We'll autograph it if you want. If you want it now and you don't want a physical book, you can get an ebook. Download it now for $9.99. The cool thing about the print book, besides us, we had them printed up here by the vegan printers. It has this cool binder. You just could slap the page down on your counter, read the recipe, and I tell you, we'll autograph it too if you like. But that's my tip. I know a lot of people, ourselves included, when we eat this way, you know, our bodies are at it, you know, looking good and stuff like that. And also exercise. I should have mentioned that too. You know, just sitting around being sedentary, probably not going to get as good of results if you're eating the way I described and, you know, burning calories through movement. It doesn't have to be hardcore. You don't have to be a world-class athlete or anything. Just if you're, I don't know where you're at, but if you're overweight, you know, just do some walking if you can't run. If you're a weightlifter, still keep lifting weights. You know, you don't have to fully get up. You just don't have to do it in the pro bodybuild. Yeah, you're probably still exercising, I assume. Carrie, thanks for the super chat tip there. Apologies for Isaac Idiot Butterfield. Please forgive Australians. Oh no, I know you guys aren't all like him. I like Australian people, generally speaking. I know there's a few bad apples out there, but there's plenty of bad apples here in the United States. I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that, be it YouTubers, vegans, or politicians, or wannabe politicians or stuff like. I'm not going to mention anything like that, but I know Isaac is just an a-hole. And as Joe Rogan said in that video I responded to yesterday, take 100 people of any group, 100 vegans, there's going to be one total a-hole at least, you know, and take 100 Australians, there's odds are you'll have at least one a-hole as well. So I don't hold that against anyone. Just people are a-holes and they're distributed all around very evenly. Cool music blogger 87. And speaking of music blogging, you do know I am a music producer. That's why I said I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist or biochemist or anything like that. I'm a music producer. I've been producing, you know, songs, albums since like my first album I released in 1992. I still keep pumping them out. We just put out, you know, we put out songs almost monthly now in 2025. We're gonna be a little off on that. We'll probably get 9 or 10 hopefully. We're not gonna get 12, one a month. But anyway, that's what I do. So Uncle, got your booked autograph. Awesome. So the value of the signature is worth the price of the book alone. It could be. Maybe one day I'll become crazy famous. You never know. Getting me hungry there, Sarah. Yeah, it's funny. It's sad taking down the Department of Education. I thought Congress has to vote it as well, but who was thinking? Like, who of your friends and family did you know, say a few months ago or last year, say, you know what? We got to take down that Department of Education. That thing's horrible. It's funny how people are just going along with it like now. I told you, it was on no one's radar of issues like a while ago, and now it's like, oh yeah, take it down. Anyway, let's see. Don says, Ryan, people should not be a vegan because a diet lowers one's risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Well, that's not what veganism is, Don. I mean, it does have those properties. I don't think you're disputing that, but that's not what veganism is. Like, yeah, I mean, vegan has a very precise meaning. Do we need to see it? Let's have a look-see. Oops. It's not a book. It's a, what do we say, guys? It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Look here, it doesn't say anything like you're doing it because you eat plants because you want to reduce your risks of dying of the most common diseases or types of death or whatever. No, you do it because you feel like having animals being exploited and slaughtered for you so you can eat food is wrong, because we know we can eat plants and do it in a healthy way. So, I mean, it's just a nice side benefit. So Don is right. If someone is eating a diet of all plants because they are concerned about not getting or worsening their heart disease or diabetes, then they're plant-based. They're not vegan because they might just go out and they eat vegan all week. They eat all their plants because their doctor told them to, or they watched the influencer, who knows. And then they go hunting on the weekend because they don't give a shit. They still want to hunt, and then they come back and eat all their plants again. Reluctantly, they're just trying to help their disease or prevent disease. So that's the difference, Don. That's why vegans aren't defined by what they eat. Because in your world, if that were the case, not saying you're advocating for that, but if that were the case, you'd have vegan hunters, which is an oxymoron. You're either against animal cruelty and exploitation or you're not. If you are, and you do something about that, meaning change your beliefs and your lifestyle, then you're vegan. Yeah, Peter, I saw you sent me that video too. Bella Ramsey is no longer vegan because she can't eat peas. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Oh, I mean, you don't have to eat peas if you're vegan. If you're saying she's allergic to peas, then don't eat peas. There's other ways to get protein. First of all plants have proteins. And then there's like what? Dozens and dozens of legumes. I mean, I could easily, if I had to, I could be fully vegan, fully as active as I am, get all my calories and nutritional needs met, and not eat one freaking pea. That's one of the stupidest. Did she really say that she couldn't be vegan because she can't eat peas? Like, so fucking what? It's like, wow. She didn't look into like other foods she could eat for protein, like soy and legumes or something like that. Like, I don't even know who Bella Ramsey is. Maybe I'll do once I see the face and all. But yeah, if she couldn't eat green peas, okay, there's plenty of other things you can eat. Seriously, I could totally not eat a pea for the rest of my life and be a healthy vegan if I wanted to do that, if I had to do that. Wow, I can't believe that. Didn't she think, how stupid does she think people are? Doesn't she know how easily debunked that is? I mean, you don't have to eat peas. I'll prove it. I'll just not eat peas for a year, but I wouldn't want to do that because that's stupid, but you don't have to eat peas. Oh boy. Yeah, lentil. And if you can't have legumes, then there's stuff like lentil and quinoa, and farro and stuff, right? I thought that's sort of high in protein for being a grain-like thing. But yeah, if you don't like peas, fine, like Heidi. Don't eat peas, right? And I'm sure Heidi's not dying deficient or anything. She said pea protein was a staple for vegans. No, it's not. I mean, just because some high-tech plant-based burgers utilize pea protein doesn't mean it's a staple for vegans. It's like vegans aren't eating that shit every day. I wish I could afford to eat store-purchased Impossible or Beyond Burgers. Something. I don't wish to. I don't really like them that much. But I wish I had the means to even have that be an option in my life, eating Impossible and Beyond stuff all day. Ew, that sounds kind of gross, but you know what I'm saying? I don't even have that as an option. I would go broke. But no, pea protein is not a staple for vegans. I don't take any pea protein. What the hell is she talking about? And if you're talking about if she needs like a workout protein, there's many other proteins like powders you can get for as a vegan that are not based on pea. Yeah, there's so many other legumes. This is ridiculous. Wow, there's so many videos for me to make next week. I might have to make 2, assuming I have time. You gotta go, Foo? I see AJ saying goodnight to Foo Man. I haven't had pea protein milk before, AJ. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'll try any plant-based milk. I kind of miss the days when I used to drink hemp milk. I bet I didn't drink it all the time, but I remember back in the early days of me being vegan, I'd pick up some hemp milk. Really kind of nasty or harsh, I should say, taste, but I kind of learned to like it over time. Yeah, I'm with you, Gyro H guy. You ate a lot of mock meats at each meal for a short period, but you didn't feel your best. Yeah, that's why I'm going. That doesn't really sound that good to do. They have their place in our individual lives if you want to have them sometimes. And their place is really for like non-vegans, really. But anyway, it wasn't really a no longer vegan video. Just kind of casually mentioned it while they were cooking. Okay. I guess it's not really a big video for me to make, but I'll check it out though. Oh, I remember Livestream. Is that still around? That could have been one of the brands I was buying if they made a hemp milk brand, but I totally remember Livestream. It is still around. Awesome. Planet Oat. Yeah, we got some Planet Oat right now. I've learned for Planet Oat, I think it's the brand I'm thinking of. I think I'm saying this correctly. I like their just regular white milk, unflavored, milk. And I got one of their chocolate milks and I didn't like it. I actually like I think the Silk almond chocolate milk. I think that's my favorite one. I gotta do a shootout between it and Oatly. But I kind of like that. I kind of like the Silk almond chocolate milk. I've been into chocolate milk lately. I mean, I don't drink it like hardcore, but I'll like mix it in with my little coffees I make around the house in the morning. So I get like a half calf, because I don't want all that caffeine. Just like a little perk when I get up, Yeah, unflavored. Yeah, I get pissed off when I make the rare mistake on bring home like a vanilla flavored white milk, Yeah, it is Muthulan. Yeah, chocolate almond milk is epic. I don't know what it is. Something about the Silk chocolate almond milk is just really, really good. I don't know if it's the stuff they put into the flavoring or is it the almonds itself that make it really good, but there's something just superb about it. But yeah, when I just have regular like just white milk, I like oat milk the most. I used to have soy milk a lot too, Siddelicious, back in the day. I guess I've just moved on from soy to almond to oat right now. I'm just kind of, that's where I'm at, but I still have the almond chocolate. Livestream for the apocalypse. Yeah, they have them in those boxes too, right? You can store those away for the end times, Oh, that's cool, AJ. You have like a case of Livestream because Amazon mistakenly sent you that instead of your West soy. What's that, Peter? Back in the early 90s, you went with your family to a vegetarian restaurant and it was really basic. They didn't have any mock meats. They just add like simple beans and chickpea burgers and cow cheese. You got to go, Graven. You're going to go reading a book called The Whispering Dead, and it's calling your name. Awesome. I know what it's like to have a book that you just can't wait to pick up again. Awesome. I haven't had anything like that for a while. Chocolate Oatly isn't bad, VLAM. Yeah, that's why I said I want to shoot it out against the chocolate Silk and see which one's better. I want to ask you guys, too, a question. I've been doing some little changes here in the studio, moving gear and mics and crap around. I'm using a different microphone today. In fact, I started using it on the Joe Rogan video from yesterday. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it forever, but right now I'm using a different one. How's it sound? Does it sound cool? Did you even notice anything? Just let me know if my audio is any. Did you know? Is it different? Did you notice anything? It just sounds the same. It's still going through the same preamps and compressors. Just I'm using just a different mic. Sounds the same. I thought it would. Yeah, I didn't think that was the goal. I didn't want to make it a big change. That something's really weird now. I wanted it to sound pretty much the same. You'd probably have to be an audiophile and put on some decent headphones and listen closely and compare, like, say, last week's live stream with this week's live stream. Cool, that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping I could get away with this change. Yeah, I'm just using a different mic. Yeah, I just thought this one might be good for have some benefits. So we will see. We'll see how this works out in the end. I'm just. It's like I should have this process done by next Friday. I'm just getting some different ways to route audio in the studio. I want to make sure that I have like 2 really nice mic preamps, you know, for making albums, making music. And I want to make sure both those preamps can access all my different compressors and EQs. Right now, I had like 2 independent signal chains, and I don't want that. I want 1 signal chain, but I want to be able to choose which mic preamp feeds that signal chain. So anyway, some things are getting moved around here. Shouldn't affect anything that you guys noticed, but I just wanted to check and see if anything was like obviously noticeable. Hey, Carrie gifted 1 membership, and Nikki, welcome. Awesome, Nikki. Welcome to the Happy Fam, at least temporarily. And thank you, Carrie, for gifting that to Nikki. I always get a great amount of pleasure when someone gifts memberships like that to the Happy Fam, and someone who I know from the weekly live streams who's here all the time but is not a Happy Fam gets it. So it brings me a lot of pleasure, because often what I see is like, oh, I see all these people getting memberships, and I've never seen them really before. Like, where are you guys? If you're lurking in the background, say hello. I'm lonely. Say hello. Yeah, you got to treat yourself to a pizza once in a while. It's so delicious. Yeah. Sometimes when we see it at sale at the market, we'll get those. Have you guys seen, I think it's Blackbird, is that the brand? We'll get that once in a while. Yeah, totally not healthy, high in saturated fat. But I said once in a while. We'll just grab that. And like, say we're shopping, we're running late, we're hungry already, we don't want to cook. So yeah, we'll just get that, throw in the oven as we put the groceries away. It'll be ready soon. Call it a day, you know? But yeah, once in a while, that's fun to do. I never said I ate perfectly every meal at all times. It's pretty much day in and day out. I eat, you know, as you guys know how I do. But once in a while, yeah, we go out, grab a bite at a restaurant. They don't give a shit about how we eat. You know, they don't make their food according to our standards or something like that. It's cool. I'm not going to kick the bucket, hopefully, because of that, you know, the occasional high saturated fat meal. Yeah, Blackbird, that is the brand, huh? AJ, Blackbird is your absolute favorite. I agree. I think that is, in my opinion too, AJ, the best of those frozen vegan pizzas. Better than Amy's. Yeah, Blackbird's like a cut above. I'm not sure how well they're distributed across everywhere, but if you find the Blackbird, I'm not sponsored, but yeah, check them out. You wish you could find it locally. Yeah, we're pretty lucky. I don't think any of my local walking distance ones have it, but yeah, the closest driving market we go to, yeah, they got it. Yeah, take a look for it. It could be hit and miss for you. It depends. Yeah, Daya. That I used to call it. It's Daya. That's how to pronounce it. Yeah, Travis. And yeah, those have been around forever. And they're typically not that great, not that satisfying. The Blackbirds are definitely a notch or 2 above the Daya pizzas. Unless Dayas have vastly improved their pizzas over the years, and it sounds like they haven't. Yeah, AJ said it's not great, but yeah, sometimes it's the only thing you got going for you there. Oh, a Cobra Kai documentary coming out. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Peter. And for all you Gen X people, I just read today Spinal Tap has a movie coming out finally after all these since the 80s. Spinal Tap, The End Continues, or something like that, with his 3 principal band members. So if anyone was into This Is Spinal Tap, it's coming out again. So just thought I'd throw that out there. That was a little thing that brightened my day up. Nikki, Daya sucks. Yeah, another Spinal Tap. Keep your eyes out. I kind of remember September being the date for that one, so keep your eyes open. I'll keep you posted. But yeah, I kind of remember September. I thought they said it would have a theatrical release, so not sure if I'll do that, but I mean, I'll wait for it to come to streaming, even if I have to pay a few bucks, you know, before it comes to one of the services I have. It'll be worth it, you know, because I want to see it. Yeah, it goes to 11. Yeah, where's Fu Manchu? You know, he wants to get an amp that goes to 11, which is 1 louder than 10. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, yeah, you got it's funny as fuck. Anyway, they're also making a space sequel, just space. I've never heard of a movie just called Space. Spaceball. Oh, that 80s movie with like Rick Moranis. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that one had enough following to warrant a sequel. But yeah, Spinal Tap has had a cult following for decades, ever since it came out. That's cool. The Celtics changed ownership? I was not aware of that, Uncle. F the Celtics. No, just kidding. No offense, Heidi, or anything. No. I just had to say that. This is my knee-jerk reaction, my obligatory reaction as a Lakers fan to say that. But no, I respect the Celtics. Jason Tatum, what a talent. If we could have him on our side, that'd be awesome. But I'm happy. Luka Doncic, totally awesome. The Lakers have been so fun to watch, guys, ever since they got Luka Doncic. Their offense is so flowing, and their defense is like somehow better too, which I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, enough of that. I know. I didn't think I'd offend you, Heidi. I remember you told me before. Yeah, you're not really into the sports thing, even though your city, Boston, is a very hardcore sports city, but doesn't follow that every person that lives there is a hardcore sports person, a spurt. So anyway, the space sequel should be called Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. I don't understand that joke. Anyway, Carrie says there are 2 really great vegan cheeses in Australia. Thanks for sharing that, Carrie. Made with plants and bio cheese, both almost indistinguishable from the cruelty cheese. That's what I tell people. Like, there's some people say, "Oh, I would go vegan, or I'd stop being vegetarian and go vegan." But like, what about the cheese? Well, vegan cheeses, plant-based cheeses are really good now. I mean, they're really, really good. I mean, they're almost pretty much indistinguishable. This wasn't true in the 90s. You hardcore old-timers might remember this. I remember trying like a tofu cheese in the 90s. It sucked. You couldn't melt it. You'd have to like put it on the stove for 2 hours. Maybe it'd melt a little bit, and it tasted like crap. And fast forward to now, there's just so many good vegan cheeses. So there's no excuse like, oh, but my cheese, man. Like, no, first of all, it's not your cheese. It was a bodily fluid that belonged to a pregnant or lactating mother of baby cows that they probably killed. So they should be lactating. And it wasn't yours for the having. And plus, if you need that taste, they have it now in the plant stuff. Miss Miyoko's hard cheese wheels. They were the best. I'm not sure if I've purchased those to eat. I probably tasted them before. Yeah, Miyoko's stuff is pretty much all universally good, but she's gone now. She hasn't been with the company for a while, so I can't vouch for their quality anymore. I know, yeah, they're from Northern California. That was cool. I was looking at, I told you I want to live up in some of those areas one day, maybe, if I can pull it off. Anyway, I was happy to see that. Miyoko seems to be quite popular up there. A lot of like coffee shops or cafes said they featured it with Miyoko's cheese and stuff like that. So that's cool. Rest in peace, George Foreman. Did George Foreman pass away? If so, that's really weird, because Andrew and I were just talking about yesterday how, do we still have our George Foreman grill? I don't think so. We just mentioned his name yesterday, so that'd be really weird. The Miyoko smoked cheddar and ass cheeses were to die for. What, they don't have them anymore? Miyoko has a YouTube channel now, and she's a feisty lady. I've met her a few times. She seemed like nice, but like me, like nice but strong, not like a pushover. Like, don't mistake kindness as a weakness kind of thing. I typically like to be pleasant. That's I gathered from her. She seemed like a general pleasant person. But yeah, don't mess with her. That's how I am too. I come off friendly, but if you start acting up, you'll be dealt with. Okay, you just got the push that George Foreman passed. You heard it here first. George Foreman, rest in peace. Wow. Okay, you volunteered, Sarah, at a Miyoko's farm sanctuary before you moved to Oregon. Wow, cool. I didn't know she or they had a farm sanctuary. Let's see. No, Miyoko's cheese wheels are no more. That I know. So do they still make some good high quality products anymore? Let me know, guys, because I haven't bought any for a while. Usually it's kind of expensive, and so let me know. Let me know if it's worth it now that she's gone. Do they still feature or produce high quality products that justify that extra cost? Because that's the price of quality. Sometimes you got to pay more to get something that's a bit better. So let me know if it's worth it. Help me out. Let's see. Oh, cat. That sucks because of the freaking tariffs and stuff. You're here in Canada trying to figure out what you're going to do when all your favorite vegan brands are gone. Everything is coming from the U.S. Canada is super anti-vegan still. Well, that sucks, cat. I would suggest in the meantime, whole food plants, like the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook if you don't got them. I mean, yeah, all those vegan products are cool. I enjoy them from time to time. But as far as like daily staples, you're going to be better off as far as your pocketbook goes, money, expense, and health probably, because these are, generally pretty good for you being whole food. So I'll put a link to our cookbook. So that's one tip for you there. Our cookbook. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear everyone about these tariffs that are affecting people everywhere already. I mean, I saw pictures of in Canada, saying you're from Canada, Kat, that like where the alcohol tariffs are already, there's a war going on there. I saw like all the like Kentucky bourbon gone. As a result, I saw a letter from like the Kentucky Bourbon Producers Association, something like that, say, hey, this sucks. This is not what we signed up for. Like all these businesses and families and livelihoods are at risk if their products aren't being shipped abroad because of tariffs. It could ruin the entire Kentucky bourbon industry. Oh, Kat, so you cook very similar to Angie. You love her recipes. Well, do you have the book, Kat? If not, seriously, this could be a good thing to help you out during like what's going on right now if you can't find your favorite vegan processed or products, I should say, in the markets. Let's see. I'm glad you love her recipes. I will tell her. Carrie, you want to recommend a channel called Midas Touch? There's a vegan mod that lets me do vegan activism in their live streams. Oh, I've seen the Midas Touch. Aren't they like a progressive oriented channel? I think I've seen their stuff come up in my feed. I maybe have even clicked on a video or two in my time. I typically on YouTube don't watch too many political videos. I'm trying to stay out of politics as much as possible right now because it's so freaking like sad and depressing. Not to say I'm putting my head in the sand or anything, but there's not much to do right now other than try to get on as best as we can and hope things that are important to us are still going to be around. So we'll see. Anyway, Mike the Vegan is your favorite Canadian YouTuber. He's not Canadian. He's from Iowa. Why does Canada suck right now, Diana, as opposed to like when? I'm just asking as a Californian who's never been to Canada. I always thought Canada seemed pretty cool. Depending on where you're at, I'm sure some parts, just like the United States, I'd rather like be, say, on the West Coast and like say in like I don't know, like somewhere that's not the West Coast. Mike being Canadian is a running joke on his channel. Okay, I didn't know that. Really? I guess I don't watch his stuff enough to know that one. Let's see, Peter, do I know a place called Point Roberts? No. If they don't get some help, they're going to be really in trouble in the next 2 months. Are they a restaurant or something? That's cool, Carrie. I'm glad they Kat and Carrie said that. Yeah, Midas Touch is like they're at least okay with vegan comments, vegan activism. They're not going to like block you right on. I mean, that being said, if you push it, if you say something like you meat eaters are killing and murdering, if you say stuff like that, if you cross the line, if you start getting like kind of preachy or judgmental, yeah, they'll probably block your comment, even maybe block you as a commenter from commenting in the future. But yeah, if you leave like, non-judgmental, pro-vegan kind of comments, sounds like Midas Touch is being cool with that. So I wasn't aware of that. So cool. Thanks for sharing that. That's cool, AJ. If anyone's bitching about how much cruelty eggs are costing right now, hey, just get the plant-based eggs, just egg. In fact, I'm somehow subscribed to them. I guess from back in the days when they were Hampton Creek, I contacted them somehow. I did actually had Josh Chetrick call me on my phone one time. He's the CEO. But anyway, I was reading how he was saying that their sales compared to the same quarter last year are like way higher now because, the egg crisis, the egg shortages. So hopefully they can capitalize on that and gain some market share and keep it once egg prices stabilize in the future. Vondi, has anyone ever visited Loma Linda? No. Is Loma Linda even real? Maybe it's a mythical, magical place here in Southern California that doesn't really exist. Now, I've driven through it before, but I've never stopped and gotten out of my car or anything like that. Actually, I don't think I've driven through it proper. I saw the Loma Linda Hospital, but it's not in Loma Linda. It's in San Bernardino or something like that. I've actually never set foot or even had my butt in my car go through Loma Linda. So yeah, maybe it doesn't really exist. It's a magical place that it's not real. That's crazy, Kay Farnan. 133 million chickens were culled because of flu fears. 133 million chickens, meaning killed. And that's why I'm vegan, because that's just so lame. They shouldn't have to be there in the first place to get culled. Just eat freaking plants. Let's see. No, I've never heard of this. Peter, talking about Roberts is a small place that's technically American, but is cut off from the rest of America by the Canadian border. I've never heard of this anomaly. No, that's interesting, huh? Because of the tariffs, they're really in trouble. Yeah, even though the tariffs aren't fully in effect, they're already effing up a lot of industries and a lot of people and places. Hey Milo, make Hawaii organic again for the animals, environment, and health. Yeah, I mean, that sounds great for a place like Hawaii, right? Out in the middle of the ocean. It should be this, like the Galapagos Islands, this nature preserve, since it's cut off from the mainland and all that. And unfortunately, I thought they were back in the day when Monsanto was Monsanto, they're using it as a testing ground for GMO and stuff like that. It's why Hawaii? Why couldn't you do that in Missouri or something like that? Isn't that where they're from? In the Midwest, agriculture center. Why do it in such a magical place like Hawaii for? Just leave Hawaii. Okay, Peterson, just look at Point Roberts, a small part of a peninsula that's down by Canada, but because of the border, it's technically American. Wow, I've never heard of that before. It was on Molokai. Yeah, poor Molokai, man. That's the island that, pretty much very few people go to. They don't want any hotel resorts or anything like that. It hasn't been... It's still like old Hawaii, but it's a rough place to try to eke out an existence or a living on. Yeah, people in Molokai need jobs. They needed jobs. So, it sounds like Monsanto swooped in and exploited them, right? Huh. Interesting, Peter. I'll look up Point Roberts. I've never heard of that before. Let's see. Velam, you learned that each dose of the flu vaccine requires 1 egg to make. I know that used to be true in the day, and I thought they don't have to do that necessarily anymore. Can anyone verify that for me? Is it true that there exists nowadays flu vaccines, like the ones you can get, not in experimental stages, but ones we can all get right now that don't involve eggs and are therefore technically vegan? Is that true or not? I haven't got a flu shot in ages. That's kind of partly why, but let me know what you guys know. And AG, I heard that as far as getting the measles vaccine, I was reading an article just yesterday, Gen Xers like me, that were born between older ones. I think you're in there too. Boomers. I think it was people who got their measles vaccines between 1962 and 1968 or 9 had a form that's not the best or something like that. We should get boosters. Have anyone heard about that? So I should do a little more research on that. But yeah, think about maybe getting a measles booster. I don't know. Oh, Travis, last few times you got a flu shot, they asked if you were allergic to eggs, and you said yes. So I imagine, therefore, they gave you one that wasn't egg-based. Interesting. Joseph, good point, Joseph, but we actually have no idea what's going to go on with the tariffs. I hope it's all talk and no action, but supposedly April 2nd is supposed to start even more. I mean, it's been wreaking havoc for a lot of people, like I said, and for any of us that have like money invested in like stocks and equities, yeah, there's been it's technically a correction now, 10% decline from its highs. In fact, yeah, if you look at like the first like 40 or 50 days of the last like 5 presidents' terms, even Trump's first one, the stock market went up, taken hard, because the stock market doesn't like uncertainty. It doesn't like things that make inflation more likely to happen and economic troubles. That doesn't bode well for people buying stuff and all. So yeah, a lot of us just have to kick back and not panic right now, and hopefully the wisdom that we've all been taught, like you're in it for the long haul. Hopefully things don't get so wrecked that there is no long haul. Hopefully it'll correct at some point. Should, but if not, we're all effed. I'm just so glad I sold off a decent part of my mom's more volatile holdings back in February, because she's old anyway, so she should have more in like cash type things rather than like Microsoft, So anyway, I'm glad I did it when I did, so we just have some solid cash on hand for her. Okay, Nikki, you're going to see your doc in April and we'll ask. Cool, I probably won't be doing it by then. Okay. Okay, so late model said you're born, you're not 72, but born in 72, and your doc said you're good. Fingers crossed. And you're, let's see. AJ's telling Nikki, I think the dates for the bad measles shot go up to 76. And late model said, my doc said the 1960s, like what Ryan was saying. So I just read it today. So yeah, my reading comprehension in memory was decent. It's something like that. I remember I was in that range of years. I want to say like 62 or 63 up to like 1968 or 69, which covers, yeah, me and Angie. So yeah. So if I need to get a measles booster, I'll do it. Because it sounds pretty lame. And I guess I should get a shingles booster too. I was reading how, that can come back. If anyone had chickenpox in their youth, you can get shingles as an adult. So I guess I gotta get some freaking shots. Yeah, do some more research on that, Sarah. If I don't already have any research done on it by next week, let's report back and see what we've learned about people from our age and era. And do we need a measles booster? Because ours sucks now. What's that, says Dawn? Even if a vaccine does use eggs, no, I'm just saying, why, if I had here's the whole thing, Dawn. Here's what being vegan means. If you have the choice to get a vaccine that has eggs and one that doesn't, they both do pretty much the same thing, just as effective, choose the one that doesn't have the eggs. It's a no freaking brainer. So all I want to know was, are flu vaccines now, are they available in a non-egg form? I didn't get a definitive answer, but Travis was saying they asked him specifically, do you have an egg allergy? And he said yes. So what do you think? Did they give him an egg shot? I bet not. They don't want him to die or have an anaphylactic shock right in the doctor's office or wherever he got it at. So anyway, yeah, a lot of us had chickenpox. I thought I was going to get by and not get chickenpox, but I got it like in 7th or 8th grade, and like, finally. I still have a couple little scars. Oh, maybe it's gone now. Oh, you can barely see it. It's like right here. I don't think you can see it. But anyway, yeah, it sucked and don't want it again. So anyway, let's see. Varley, she got measles age 7. It was horrible. Wow. Yeah, I've never had measles. We were vaccinated back in the 60s, but yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking about, yeah, measles and shingles. And I'm not one I don't really go get a bunch of shots till I haven't had a flu shot and since I was vegan or anything. But I'll see how. We're already over flu season, so I guess it's dumb to get a flu shot right now. But I'll think about, yeah, shingles and measles, because measles sounds like hell. That's cool, Kat, but yeah, you never know. You could do everything perfectly, be in great health, and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time because, yeah, measles is an airborne disease. Someone coughs on you in the wrong place, and you could get it. You never know. So, yeah, that's another reason why if I'm in a place where, because you guys know I don't like to be in, same with Angie, like super crowded, people dense kind of places, especially indoors. Like that happened to us a few weeks ago. We went on the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. First time we've done it in years. They redid some stuff and it's been out for a while. Anyway, we checked it out. They really made the as you wait in line, like really tell the story more. It adds to the story of the Haunted Mansion. It's really cool, and we appreciated that. But yeah, when you go in that first room and the voice comes on and talks to you, so we're all crammed in there. I grabbed my mask. I don't know what people have got because I remember reading that the measles outbreak is in other states like Texas and stuff like that, but they come, tourists come to Disneyland, so I don't know what people are bringing. I don't bring measles, COVID, who knows, airborne things. So anyway, put the mask on, and that's one thing you can do. I did it in the only, when it was super crowded. When we got on the ride, when you get in the little coffin mover thingy that you sit in, I took it off then. But when we're all crammed in that little tight room, I just felt kind of like, ooh, I don't like this. It's everything. I just didn't like just the feeling of being crammed anyway. Especially with the kids, Uncle. No offense. If any kids are watching, I like kids, okay? Kids are cool. They're lovely and everything. But kids are germy, right, Uncle? Kids are always coughing and snot, and they don't cover their stuff, and they're all at school coughing on each other. I see it. I see kids coughing all the time. The parents don't do anything about it. So that's when I get nervous. If I'm in a large group with adults, I feel a little bit more relaxed or something like that. But when there's a bunch of kids around, that's when I just go, no, put the mask on, until I'm away from all the kids. Because, yeah, kids are germy. Even though I tell you I love kids, kids are awesome. Oh, they probably didn't have any organic food there, Milo, at the hospital. I don't know if they refused to. They just probably couldn't promise that option. Oh, Peter, yeah, Products Expo West, yeah. We used to go all the time pre-COVID, and yeah, we saw it happening a few weeks ago. One week when we went to Disney, yeah, we saw it because it's right across the street from Disneyland, basically, the Products Expo West. So yeah, we don't go anymore. Yeah, a mask should help with measles, hippies, because I looked up, like I said, it's an airborne disease, and that's what the mask said, especially like an N95 mask. So yeah, you're protecting yourself from a lot of crap, if you have a mask on. But I said, I only wear it in, dense places where I don't feel comfortable. I just like it. Asians have been wearing masks out in public for decades, and I think it's a wise idea, I didn't catch any colds or flus this year, and I'm grateful. I don't know how much masking up in weird situations like that had to do with it or not. I don't know, but I didn't get one. I'm cool. I don't mind wearing one sometimes. It's not a big effing deal. Oh, your old work, you used to send somebody to Expo West. Expo West is cool. You go around and try all these food samples all day, and there's so many vegan places. At least there used to be vegan food vendors and companies there. It's awesome. You can just, and a lot of vegan vloggers. That's where we would see, like, Vegan Zombie. I don't know if he goes anymore, but yeah, we'd hang out with him and others, Yeah, it was fun. I'm sure it still is, but yeah, it's just not our thing anymore. We don't feel like our thing is to go out and promote vegan food companies or anything. Not that we're against them. I just don't feel like that's our thing. Maybe we were into it back then, but, it's not our thing anymore. So anyway, I'll try to stay safe, hippie, Groovy Lisa. Yeah, I had no idea what there's a baptism card? Really? Like for all religions or just like Catholic or something? Yeah, I've never seen a baptism card. Yeah, Uncle points out a good thing. If you're going to wear a mask, put it on right. Just don't put it on half-ass. In order for it to really be effective, the reason why you're wearing it, because no one wants to wear it. So if you're wearing it, you got to do it so it's on properly. Yeah, if you wear it under your nose, it's like wearing your underwear below your D. Right, what would I say is my thing? Well, I don't feel like my thing is to like promote other companies' brands. That's something else. That's like... Yeah, that's something else. That's not veganism. You could promote brands for anything, like music gear, cars, whatever, I don't feel like that's my calling in life is to promote other people's brands. I'll promote my brands, Happy Healthy Vegan, Love Spirals Downward, stuff like that. But I don't feel like, I just don't feel so awesome. Yeah, I'm promoting some other brand that I don't even know that well. That said, if I have a friendship with a brand, like say Clean Machine, I'm happy to share. Here's what I'm putting in my smoothie, stuff like that. That's totally cool. But I don't want to play this influencer game. Like, ooh, if you pay us a few $100, we'll make an Instagram post for your vegan cheese that we just discovered here at Products Expo West. See, I don't want to play that game. That's not my thing. It's cool to make money, I guess, but not that way. I'd rather not make that money and just talk about, ethical vegan things. Bro Jokin is here. Oh, Joe Rogan is here. Awesome. So how fortunate are we to have like one of the world's most popular podcasters to come and join us in this live stream? We feel humbled and honored that Joe Rogan is here. I mean, and you're one of the wealthier men too in America. How much money did you make from Spotify? Was it how many hundreds of millions of dollars or something like that? Yeah, awesome. Poor humble me sitting here talking to such a elevated man. If we grifted and sold products, that's the key word there, grift. And what product would we sell though? All we have is like really to sell again is like us and our book. Us as a product, Happy Healthy Vegan, and our book. I mean, I don't really want to schlep here's some new vegan potato chip, and here's some new vegan meat thing, and here's some vegan whatever, ice cream. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to be a product seller or whatever, influencer or something like that. That's not why I got into vegan activism. I'm a vegan activist. So yeah, I don't really want to be a person who works for a brand that wants me to promote their product. And here, guys, hey, it's Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. But before I get to today's show about Joe Rogan, I'm going to spend the first 3 minutes talking about this new vegan food thing I got. I don't. No, you guys would turn away, and you would lose respect, or my integrity would take a hit, or something like that. So anyway, that's my deal on that. Vegans are hippo crates, literally crates full of hippos. yeah, we are. You called us out there, Joe. We all have hippos in crates. That's what veganism is. Yep. So anyway, but you know what I'm saying, Peter? I would prefer not to do that if I don't have to. And even then, anyway, but I want to point out, if you do see us promoting a product on this channel other than our own, which is rare, but if you do, use that as an opportunity to know that we actually like it, we're actually behind it. So yeah, if Clean Machine makes another duckweed based protein powder or whatever you want to call it, and I like it, and I'll share it with you guys. It means I really like it, I feel like when we were going to Products Expo West, we were just sharing all these brands and not really, it wasn't right. Anyway, I just feel weird about it. Okay, AJ, Ryan, now I hear the mic taps much sharper. The taps when I go like this or something, is that what you're talking about? Those kind of taps? I don't know how much money we can make, Peter. influencers, if you want to call them that, get paid based upon their reach, how many views and clicks they get, and we don't get that many. So we're really not. I would just be wasting. I would get like maybe $50, $100, you know, and I'd be blowing like the first 2 minutes of my video talking about some product before we get into the actual content. You know, bagging on Isaac Butterfield or Joe Rogan or something like that. No, Milo, masks actually do work for airborne diseases. It doesn't work for everything. Like, I think like certain like colds, like you get them from touching things that the germs are living on. But no, for airborne transmission, no, masks, from what I read, are really effective. In fact, if you look up measles and masks, it says, yeah, masks are effective against measles because it's an airborne disease. But yeah, if you don't like masks, Milo, or don't want to wear them, totally fine. It's your choice. There's no law. I'm just saying myself personally, you know, if I'm in a room with a bunch of people, particularly a lot of children, a bunch of germy, coughing, sneezy kids, I feel uncomfortable and I'll slap a mask on and I feel way better. Bottom line is, after going on that trip on Disneyland last week, all those germy kids in that little room there, masked up, I'm fine, totally cool. Joseph, there's a new lettuce with vitamin B12? What do you mean a new lettuce? Like, tell me more. Is it some kind of like bioengineered lettuce or something that was bred using traditional non-GMO methods to produce B12? Let me know. That sounds interesting. Adults are germs too. I agree, late model Sarah. Don't get me wrong there. I'm just saying children are especially germy compared to adults. Like, say, on a scale of 1 to 10, adults are like a 5 or 6 germy. Kids are like a 9 or 10 germy. At least that's how I see things. If you guys disagree, totally cool. That's how I see things when I go out into the world, and I act accordingly. Yeah, adults don't get a free pass. I see adults coughing and sneezing without covering all the time. Yeah, there you go, Sarah. Yeah, wipe the gym equipment before and after using it. Like I said, a lot of cold virus, I don't know if it's whatever, colds are transmitted not through airborne methods, but by touching stuff. So yeah, wiping down. Kat, you don't go near children law. Yeah, for me, I try to avoid children, especially during like cold and flu season. You know, we're kind of getting past that right now, but especially in the wintertime, for me, that's a nightmare to be packed in a dense, crowded, low-ceiling room with a bunch of sneezing, coughing kids. You know, maybe I'm weird. I don't know. I am weird. I know I'm weird, but I don't know if that's weird or not. That's just how I see things. You know, if you guys are parents and you're used to that, totally cool. I don't have kids, so when I see a bunch of sneezing kids, I just kind of freak out. Because I don't want to get a cold. Colds. Here's the thing about colds. It's not that I'm afraid of colds per se. I know I'm not going to probably die or anything like that, or you know, but I don't want to be like. What's, you know, when you're sick, you're kind of, you know, your energy's low. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to like be sick. That's the thing. I just don't want to be. I don't have to have low energy, not be able to exercise normally and eat right, and just feel like crap. And I just don't want to. I just don't have time to be laid out. You know what it's like when you have a cold or flu. From the moment you feel symptoms to the time that's all gone, it could be like a week or two, you know? I just don't want to lose that time. I'd rather just be productive and get shit done and work and help my mom and just, you know, make music and work. I just don't want to be handicapped in that regard. So that's it. It's not an irrational fear of germs or colds or viruses. It's just, I don't want to lose a week or two of productivity and life enjoyment, I guess. Not to say my life's all awesome and I'm enjoying life all the time, but you know what I'm saying. Look, your quality of life goes down considerably when you feel like crap like that. So anyway, okay, Joseph says, Mike the Vegan talked about this lettuce. They are creating a new lettuce using a special bacteria that makes B12. Awesome. Great. More to shove at the people say that you got to eat meat to get B12. Like, no, you can take multivitamin that didn't have any animal bit in it with B12, and now you can have a lettuce. Here's a good tip, Uncle. If you're going to cover your cough or sneeze, don't immediately start touching things like doorknobs and stuff, huh? Good night, Nikki, if you just left us and are still here. Why lettuce, though? That's interesting why they chose lettuce. Maybe, I didn't see it, I'm just guessing, maybe they found that this bacteria was particularly fond of lettuce, like it grew well, it did well with lettuce as opposed to other foods or something like that. I don't know, interesting. Yeah, because how much lettuce is a person really eating? I don't know, but I might eat more lettuce than to get the B12 lettuce. Yeah, Sarah. People are gross. You wish you weren't so observant. That's how Angie and I feel too. We wish we weren't so observant and didn't notice all these gross things that people do. Yeah. Last time we went to Disneyland, it was so crowded. And it was so crowded we could smell people. It's like, remember I told you guys this before? I don't like smelling people. I maybe I'm weird again. I just don't want to smell people. I don't like to smell their weird, stinky deodorants and perfumes and stuff like that. I mean, I use a deodorant, but you can't really smell it, and I don't smell like garlic or anything. I just don't like to smell people. Maybe I'm weird. It's just a weird thing. It's like, it's like if you smell someone, they've really infiltrated your personal space. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've crossed the line. They're in your nostrils. I just have a thing about that. And it just makes me feel gross. Like, a person's gross. And we're in that gross cologne or that gross, whatever, That's just me. Your cult leader is weird. He values. I highly. Why am I speaking myself in third person? I highly value my personal space, my bubble, so to speak, and I just don't like it when things cross the bubble. Whoa, DMT. How do we start talking about DMT? From Joe Rogan. Oh. It's a tryptamine hallucinogen. It's in the same family of compounds as LSD, psilocybin mushrooms, and it's a chemical component in the main hallucinatory molecule in ayahuasca. But pure DMT is typically something smoked or injected, but that's really rare. That's more like in a clinical hospital or research type setting. It's rare that research gets done, but they inject it. But yeah, it's something typically if you're going to find it as a lay person, you smoke it. Its effects last for minutes, like less than 5 minutes. You're back to normal. And you go off to other universes and see aliens and transforming machine elves and chrysanthemum domes. I smoked it once. I didn't see that. I just had some sacred geometry. Anyway, yeah, that's DMT in a nutshell. Uncle, basketball gyms can smell for sure. Depends who you play with and how many people are playing, but if you have a bunch of guys in a crowded gym and they all have their stinky deodorant on, you can actually smell them running past you. Here's the 10 guys, here's the smell, then they run away to the other side. You don't smell as much as they come back. Fortunately, I don't go to crowded gyms like that. I play at times of the day when it's not crowded, when there's not like a bunch of people there like that. Like for the past few weeks, I had no one to play with, no games. I was just doing drills on my own. I have tons of stuff I can work on by myself. That's not a problem. But today, there was a couple guys there, and I said, wouldn't mind playing a game of 1-on-1 or 21 with me? I haven't played for a few weeks, and I don't want to lose my conditioning too much. So yeah, I got lucky. I played like 3 games of 21, probably played for about an hour. I feel pretty good today, but not exhausted. Yeah, but basketball gyms can be really stinky. Yeah, but fortunately when I go, I kind of pretty much avoid that. But sometimes people are stinky. They put on cologne and stuff, and I'm defending them. I'm guarding them, put my arm out. I come back, I smell it. I got that guy's cologne. Gross, So anyway, yeah, it's not all smell free. You told me about that, Peter. That Zero Shoes, the ones that make that minimalist kind of like running sandal, like the what are those Indians called, the Native Americans in Copper Canyon, Mexico, Hara Chumara, something like that. They're coming out with a new basketball show. Even some professional players are wearing. Cool. I want to check that out. I wonder if they'll hook me up with a pair. Seriously, I'll write them. Hey, I'm a vegan influencer. You want to give me some shoes? I'll review. I'll see. Yeah. So anyway, Joe Rogan's still chatting with them. Sorry I haven't been talking to you, Joe Rogan. Again, we are honored by Joe Rogan's presence tonight. Us little people. We have a king amongst us, Joe Rogan. Yeah, I can't decide what I'm going to do for dinner tonight as well, Allison. I'm starting to get kind of hungry, though. I wonder if Angie's got anything in mind. That sounds romantic. Sarah walking all over town in the drizzle. That's kind of fun. I don't like walking around in like rain and downpour, but light drizzle is kind of magical. Especially if you are of someone like me who doesn't like really super hot weather. There's something kind of nice about a drizzle that's not too cold. I assume it probably wasn't too cold. Let's see. Yeah, Peter, if they can hook me up with a pair, I totally would review them. Yeah, I mean, that's my thing. I'm vegan and I play basketball. So if Zero wants to hook me up with a pair, I'd be the perfect guy to review them, you know? I mean, yeah, I gotta, right now I've been wearing like some old Kyrie Irving shoes. Back before he went crazy and stuff and Nike dropped them. That's how long I've had these shoes, you know? So I need a new pair basically. So I'm down. Yeah, I'm with you, Sarah. The heat and tons of sun. That was when we went to Disneyland that day when it was super crowded last week. It was Wednesday. This week. It was so crowded. The high got that day. I think we left before then, but got to like 75, 76. Pure sun, no clouds. It was way too hot. We even went kind of prepared. Wore shorts in the morning. Thought we'd be a little cold in the morning, but it got hot really quickly and it got crowded really quickly. And then I guess people started sweating and maybe that's why we started smelling all the deodorant and stuff that grossed us out. 300 plus sunny days per year. Wow. People would think that's amazing for Oregon, but I guess if you're inland Oregon, it's not like being along the coast. Yeah, it might be a little different to play basketball in minimal shoes. I'll take a look. You know, I'll say this about more minimalist basketball shoes. Back when I was younger, like say in my 20s and 30s, I always played basketball in high top shoes, thinking that high tops would protect my ankles that much more, or to give it that much more protection so I wouldn't twist my ankles. I would twist my ankles all the time. In fact, one time I had a pretty serious, I think it was a level 2 sprain. I had to go to the doctor, physical therapy. I was out for a long time. But then I stopped playing basketball a little bit before we started our YouTube channel. And I was just running and stuff like that. And running in minimalist shoes. And I realized I got to appreciate shoes that don't have a bunch of crap on it. Just the smallest amount of structure and protection. And I like that. Maybe I built up stronger ankles. And my point is, once I started playing basketball after that, like say in 2016, 17 or so, when I got back in it again, I just said, okay, I want as minimalist as I could find for basketball, but still have a really good gripping shoe. Because that's for me the most important thing, a shoe that grips, you know? Because if you're sliding all around, you suck. So yeah, I got low top shoes, and I've had very few ankle problems since. I mean, a couple little sprains here and there, but nothing gnarly. I've had. You would think now, after like 7 years being back into basketball, I would have had some more gnarly ankle sprains, and I haven't. So I wonder if the low top shoes are helping my ankle to stay stronger rather than keeping it stuck in like this brace where it doesn't get to move and it weakens. So I don't know. So I'd really be down for the Zero basketball shoes. What's that, Uncle? Your dad thought it would be a good idea to wear a spacesuit, temp controlled? Wait, tell me more about that. Because yeah, Uncle, where he lives at, grew up in, is an area, and it's not too far from SpaceX. And the reason why SpaceX chose that part of Southern California, there's the aerospace industry right in there. So I'm not surprised if anyone here would have a family member who had a spacesuit, it would be Uncle, because he's in the mecca of that, if you will. St. Pete, Florida gets the most sun per year of anywhere else in the United States. Wow, even more than here. I can imagine, because a lot of times in Southern California, particularly in like May and June, we have extreme overcast, especially along the coast. We call it the May gray, the June gloom. I love it. That's one of my favorite times of the year. I just love that morning overcast. It just feels so invigorating. Sarah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Just that feeling in the morning with the nice, cool oceanic air. It's amazing. It's why I live here. ever think about bare feet shoes? Like those ones that those ones where your toes poke through, those sock-like things? That's way too minimal. I mean, if you like that thing, cool. But, you know, I like to have a little bit more protection than that, especially if you're stepping on a little tiny rock. I've ran with people that have those shoes and they're going, that was a bitch. You know, I'm sorry, my language there, but you know, they're pissed every time they step on little tiny rocks. Let's see. Chuck Taylors I wore, Allison? No, I was wearing like Nikes. Those are, as much as I don't like the brand, they really make good basketball shoes. I've tried other brands, and I haven't tried every brand, but I always go back to the Nikes because of that grip I'm talking about. The way they make the what's it called? The under part of the shoes at the sole. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, the part where it touches the ground. It's. I just have great grip in Nikes. Yeah, it wears out after a while, but that's why I stuck with Nikes. So yeah, those like Converse high tops, they're cool looking. They got a lot of steez. You know, you look cool in them. They're not that great at basketball. I mean, they're okay. They're cool skateboarding shoes. I used to wear those a lot when I was a skateboarder in the 80s. But yeah, for basketball, they're all right. You know, the Nikes are better. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. How are we doing? Oh my God, it's almost 2 hours, guys. This live stream is about to end, and we haven't got any haters, trolls. We had Joe Rogan. We have Joe Rogan, or have Joe Rogan, but no one came to debunk veganism. I had a bunch of people, not a bunch, maybe like 5 or so people that I invited about 2 hours before the live stream started. Maybe I should have done it earlier. In fact, I'll try to make it earlier next time. Anyway, I invited them to come. Hey, since someone said I wasn't even vegan, I go, hey, come tell me. Other people defending Joe Rogan, hey, come and tell me on the live stream. No one came, you know? So what the hell? Yeah, where did the time go? This is fun tonight, guys. You guys, maybe my mood's a little bit better today too, but thanks for helping with that too. But yeah, I think my mood's a little bit better today than it has been for probably maybe any live stream this year. You know, possibly it's in the upper tier of like mood for me. So hopefully I won't be a depressing person too much longer for you guys. We'll see. It's a weird year for all of us going through what we're going through in the United States and elsewhere. A lot of things are affecting us. Most of us not too positively, like, you know. But yeah, and then family stuff for me. But it's been pretty chill week. So anyway, yeah, Peter reminds me, do some vertical live streams. Upper tier. Yeah, today was upper tier as far as my mood and the like were. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, hopefully we get through and don't get F too hard. Hopefully things will be okay. We will see. There's just a lot of uncertainty. And I tell you, that's why us people who have some savings in investments in the stock market are bummed that we've seen our net worth decrease 10% roughly in the past 2 months. It's because uncertainty is, it's the market doesn't like that, and it sucks that our net worths have to be affected by that sort of thing. Well, hopefully none of you guys have to cash out anytime soon. But yeah, I'm just kind of worried about. I tell you, my mom, she's old, you know, can't have fluctuations like this last. She can't ride out, like I say, a 5-year bear market or something like that. She might not be alive then. So anyway, guys, yeah, I don't want to talk more about stocks and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, it's exactly what it is, Carrie. Totally. Yeah, my taxes are going to go up. All my income taxes are filed for the year. It's done. My accountant just needs to like send me the final draft and got to pay some taxes and estimated taxes. I got that done early. I tell you, it's tough for me because I'm an independent worker. I have my own business. I'm not even a contractor. I guess for considering like how YouTube or Google views me, I'm an independent contractor. But anyway, I just don't have like a regular job like a lot of you guys have. So my taxes are really weird. I mean, I run a record label. We run a record label. It's just a really complicated thing. So anyway, I'm glad I got that done early. Working on my mom's taxes right now too with a different accountant. Cool. Allison says, I've been totally pleasant. I provide a good vibe to our stream. Awesome. Yeah, everyone, all you Canadians, you Kers and Aussies, yeah, please pray for us because we can use a little help right now. Member only live stream. That's a really good idea, Peter. It's been a while since we've done one, and you're right, we should do one soon. I don't think I'm going to my mom's this weekend, so the reason why I say that is because it makes it easier to do stuff, like either work on music, do like YouTube members only live streams. It's easier to do that if I'm not gone like on one of the 2 days. So yeah, maybe so. We'll see what happens. Thanks for reminding me, Peter, because we are overdue. We're always overdue. We promise like one a month, and we're lucky to do one every 2 months or so. So yeah, thanks for the reminder there. And I apologize if we schedule it at a time that doesn't work for you. Sarah, what was that you said? So I know that every Sunday evening you do something with your family, right? So I'll keep that in mind. Is that's like a set in stone kind of thing, right? Unless you're traveling, but that's like pretty much every Sunday when you're in town. So let me know. I'll keep that in mind. Let me know if any of you guys have any other days like that where it's always bad for you or something like that. But yeah, sometimes Angie and I just have to do it when we're both free and able to. And sometimes it's either that or nothing. And I apologize if that spontaneity doesn't work out for you. Yeah, Sunday PM with Parents Weekly. That's what I thought. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe tomorrow night's an option. We will see. Because yeah, I said I'm probably not going to go visit my mom. So I tell you, it opens my schedule and ability to do things up. So we'll see how it all goes. Let's see. Let's see. Varley, she said you have no money and live in the UK. So when that financial collapse happened in 2008, nothing changed for you. Well, that's one good thing. That's the positive. There's always an upside, a silver lining there. If you don't have anything invested, if there's a market crash, doesn't affect you then, I guess, huh? Carrie, I hope we make it out alive too. And I said I think a lot of us would. At least what I'm doing is, I tell you, I'm not hiding from everything. I'm not hiding in the sand or anything, but I'm trying not to be fixated on like doom scrolling. I try to keep my sources of of news on like YouTube and Reddit. Really just kind of tailor-made for what I want to see, not what they want me to see. So I'll get the news, but it won't be like I'm reading it all day. I'll check out many other things that stoke me in life, that I'm interested in. Music things, music production things, who know, a bunch of other things. Yeah, so yeah, if any of you guys are doom scrolling, try not to do that. It's not really good for your mental health. Try to, again, make social media work for you. Don't let the algorithms just determine what your scrolling content's going to be. Try to make it so that you're seeing what really makes you tick in life, and some of it might be a little bit of news, but yeah, just try to keep that to a minimum. Just kind of know what's going on, but don't dwell on it, and try to focus on other things in your life that bring you joy and positivity. And we'll see if that works. Maybe it's a dumb idea. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's the best I can do right now, personally. So anyway. So yeah, it's time to get going. I got to work on some kind of dinner plan with my gorgeous and talented wife right now, who's probably watching a Korean dating reality show if I know her. So yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having a great time with me. I had a great time. Hope you guys had a great time. Thanks for being here for this top tier live stream as far as my mental health goes for 2025. Thanks so much. And what was I thought I had to look there for something. I didn't. I'm just dumb. I put my hair in a little man bun thing. My hair is getting so long now. I can do that, That's one cool thing about long hair. I do want to get my hair cut again soon, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, I thought I'd put it back in a man bun thing because that's how I had it at the gym today. I thought it looked kind of cool. That's it. There's no deep thought behind it. But anyway, guys, yeah. Like I said, I have several videos that might be my next video for next week. And if I have time, I'll try to make 2. So we'll see if that ends up happening or not. But anyway, yeah, so that's the plan. Some videos next week, another live stream next week, and if we can sneak one in, try to get a members only live stream. But I want to thank Peter and Uncle for being our fearless moderators today. I thought you guys were going to have some work to do as far as moderating, and it was super chill, so awesome, so anyway, I'm glad you guys are here. I know you guys have my back if the need arises, and I'm glad that doesn't happen all the time. Or else it'd be a really weird live stream, huh? And thanks to all our channel members and non-channel members. Just thanks everyone for being here, and especially big thanks to Carrie and and Vegan Metalhead, and AJ, for all your super chat tips tonight. Thanks so much. Like I said, it really helps because yeah, we're not a huge channel. All our videos don't get thousands, tens of thousands of views or anything like that. So yeah, you guys being channel members and super chat tips really helps us out here. So thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. And hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or evening and a good weekend and hopefully a good week. Let's try to put some positivity out in the world right now. I sound really woo-woo, huh? That's kind of weird. Anyway, guys, all right, thanks. Much love. And remember, doesn't suck being vegan. Veganism didn't get debunked for another week. All right, bye, guys. Oops, I hit the wrong button there.